Hey, what's up? This is your girl, Vonnie, also known as Vibe, and I am checking in with the second video as promised. Um, oh shoot, here we go. In regards to getting familiarized with Jamaica with extended stays instead of just the basic visitations. So there are times when people are like, oh, okay, I want to move here, move there. And I mean, granted, you can actually utilize this as information for any country or any state as well, or any other place outside of what you are normally accustomed to that you want to relocate to. However, when it comes to Jamaica, this is what I'm speaking of, okay? um, Also, what I want to address, oh my gosh. First things first, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to badmouth Jamaica. No way whatsoever. If you know me, you would know how much and or how far from the truth that actually is. So unless you're gonna watch my videos in its entirety and gain understanding of what I am actually saying, please don't comment and come for me. People coming for me without listening to the video, like, what the freak? Okay, bro, that's not what this is about. Um, yeah, we just gonna leave it there. Okay, okay, thank you. Now that that's out the way, so basically, what these videos are about is that there's things about Jamaica that you will not see or experience on a short trip. Not necessarily because you're clueless, but because you're what's considered as in a honeymoon phase. Everything feels exciting at first. New environment, new freedom, new energy. That excitement, it just hides the reality of what is what. Extended stays don't. I only highly recommend extended stays because some people are just jumping in and then discovering that Jamaica is not for them for a variety of reasons that they could have found out had they did their research a little bit better, or perhaps maybe be around and get more accustomed to the environments that they're in and things like that. I'm not saying that it never works for anybody that does just dive straight in. However, those situations are very rare. Don't go based off of what somebody else's experiences have been, but go and gain your own perspective. Get your own relationships built up. Get your own experience and your own momentum. And then come to see whether Jamaica is for you. That's simple. Vacations, when you go to Jamaica on a vacation, they show you convenience. Extended stays, they show you responsibility. On short trips, you're eating out, moving freely, enjoying yourself. When you stay longer, you start noticing systems, costs, patterns. That's where people get caught because vacation awareness and real life are not the same thing. This is where fantasy meets reality. In an Airbnb, you're paying one price. You're not seeing the utilities broken down. You're not dealing with power, water, trash, internet, or even the phone companies. Where when you live there a little bit longer, all of that becomes your responsibility and it just changes your perspective. You have to deal with outages, power surges, inconsistent internet, depending on where you are. These are not the issues all across the island whatsoever. However, there are many places that seem for a certain amount of time that they don't have any problems. But then when you're there for an extended amount of time, you come up with some problems. um, you don't really get to deal with that type of stuff on vacation, but you will on a real extended stay for the most part. The pace is another shock. Coming from the US, we're used to instant results, instant responses, and constant motion. That doesn't translate. Extended stays force patience, not because anyone is being difficult, but because the rhythm is different. Fight it and you'll be frustrated. respected, and things move smoother. People treat you differently when you're like around visiting versus when you're actually around. It's not really a loud difference, I'll be honest. It really isn't. But you do get embraced at a different level, and the respect goes a little bit further. What stood out to me was how much genuine interaction actually does matter. Not demands, not entitlement, but conversation. I made a point to talk to people. And in my talking to people, it wasn't about debate. It wasn't about trying to convince anybody of anything, but to actually listen and let it soak in. Listening with intention is how you actually get educated, even when you don't agree. At the end of the day, I'm still a visitor. This is their home. That matters, right? That's how you learn. So you learn about the politics, the daily life, like day to day, the frustrations, the pride. You just get to learn, get to listen to everybody's different stories individually and collectively. Trust me, it's such an eye-opening and um very humbling experience. Community isn't something that you read about. You feel it when you're present long enough. This is also where people struggle if they don't learn to leave their United States of America or your first world mindsets at the door. Jamaica is not America, folks. And if you don't understand that, relocation will be harder than it needs to be. Extended stays will test your relationships. A lot of people are used to access. When access changes, you see who adjusts. You learn the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness feels like lack, solitude feels like choice. If you can't sit with yourself, that discomfort will surface hella fast. Um, Something else to touch on is about like emotional regulation because everything it becomes everything. Your convenience is limited, hours are different, problem solving takes longer sometimes, or sometimes you're required to be quick and think on your feet quick, you know? So you either learn to manage frustration or the frustration will manage you. Extended stays exposes your triggers. They also expose your strengths. Just be ready to adapt to either one or embrace either or all of the above. There's a difference between wanting something and being built for it. A lot of people, they love the idea of Jamaica. Fewer people are ready for the reality. Extended stays answer that question very honestly and intentionally. You can't shortcut familiarity. Extended stays gives the information, not fear. They help you decide with clarity instead of just basing it upon emotion. Nothing about Jamaica has changed in regards to like my plans or whatever the case is or my love for it. My expectations did. Extended stays don't ruin the dream, they refine it. Vacation buffers responsibility. Long stays remove the buffer. Jamaica isn't America. And if you don't adjust your mindset before relocating, the struggle won't be external, it'll be all internal. If you're considering Jamaica beyond vacation, this is the part that people skip. I do have more honest conversations coming. Take what applies and leave what doesn't. Everything that I say is not for any and everybody, just like Jamaica is not for any and everybody, despite what you think. Sometimes you might have to look at things from a different perspective, gain clarity, gain understanding, and maybe, I don't know, try it out, you know? If in any way, shape, or form this video provided information to you that was new or encouraging or whatever the case was, you like it, hit the thumbs up button for me. Also, if you would like to stay notified on any new video that I post, especially pertaining to this subject matter, because I will be rolling out some more videos regarding the topics surrounding getting yourself prepared mentally and emotionally for relocation. Um, hit the subscribe button and it'll keep you notified. All right. So I guess that's all I have for you. This is Bonnie slash Vibe signing out. Take care, stay true, and Happy New Year. Bye.